Hello and welcome to Sarah's Tarot. Here is your weekly guidance for week beginning February the 18th. And I have two decks for you to choose from, and they are the Wizards deck and the Winter Waite deck. So if you decide which you feel drawn to, I'll then take a look at what's coming up for you for the week ahead. Okay, so is it deck 1 or deck 2? Right, so for those of you drawn to deck 1, let's have a look at your reading. Okay, so this is the first time I've used the Wizards Tarot deck on YouTube. It's a really nice deck. It reminds me of Harry Potter, which is a deck I would love to have if there is a Harry Potter deck out there. And if anyone knows whether there is or not, please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to buy one. I shall certainly be putting that on my list of decks to get. Okay, so for those of you who would like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on the link below, and if you click on the little bell, you'll be notified of when I upload in the future. Okay, so let's have a look at this week's energy. We have the King of Swords, we have the beautiful Empress, the Queen of Wands, 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and 6 of Swords. Okay, let's have a look at the bottom card, the Emperor. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. Look how lovely these cards are. Here we have the Emperor, looking very much in control of a situation, in control of his life. Now, this week, this person could be around you, or it may be that you are behaving like the Emperor. In other words, this is about someone taking charge and organising their environment. Okay, so we'll look at the first card, which is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is related to air signs Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. And this king does not suffer fools gladly. He's very forthright and says things in such a way that you know exactly where you stand. Now, this could be a boss, it could be a partner, or someone in an organisation that is making the rules and dishing the rules out as well. Okay. And the next card we have is the Empress card. And the Empress card in this particular deck is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, this Empress is sitting in her garden area. She is surrounded by abundance. There are butterflies, there are beautiful flowers, there are all sorts here. Little fairies here by the butterflies. Such a lovely depiction of the Empress in her beautiful green gown. She is clearly pregnant and very fertile. Okay, and when this card comes out, it relates to feminine beauty. It also relates to nature and nurture and that kind of thing. And then we have the Queen of Wands relating to fire signs Aries, Leo and Sag. This lady is a very strong woman, very independent, and she stands up for what she believes in. And when this comes out next to the Empress, I feel that this week it's about stepping into your own power. It could be that you are having to deal with this particular person, for example. Maybe this is a difficult boss, a difficult partner, or someone who is in authority. Whoever it is, you need to stand strong this week and don't allow this person to browbeat you in any way, because the card that comes directly beneath it is the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is a card of battle. And as you can see here, we have one person here with holding on to 3 swords, and there's 2 on the ground, which have been dropped by these 2 people here who are walking off, feeling quite dejected, quite beaten down, and that's because this person has the upper hand. So you may feel as if someone has the upper hand this week, and it could very likely be to do with this King of Swords. If this King of Swords is not a person, it could represent an organisation that has the upper hand. Maybe it's the place you work for. Maybe there is an organisation that has a certain amount of power over you at the moment, and no matter what you do, you can't seem to win or succeed in what you are trying to do. Whatever battle you feel involved in this week, it may be wise to step back a little bit, especially if you're feeling like one of these guys. If you're feeling a little defeated, then I would say try to pull away from this conflict and, focus your energy somewhere more positive, somewhere that will bring rewards, rather than, remaining focused on something that is clearly, possibly bringing you down, or isn't very good for you, isn't very healthy. And the Four of Swords indicates that there really is a need for that, because the Four of Swords relates to taking a rest, taking a break. Here we have this guy laying there, he's fallen asleep with his book. He's so tired. And I feel this is the struggle that you are having at the moment and throughout this week with regard to this situation. It's making you feel as if you just want to give up, really. But don't give up. Just take a bit of a break, like this chap is doing. Take a bit of a break and a bit of a rest, especially if you're having to deal with difficult situations or people. Because the Six of Swords here indicates that things will get calmer as you draw towards the end of the week, okay? The Six of Swords is about getting away, detaching yourself. It doesn't mean that the battle is completely over as such, but it means that things are getting easier. The worst is over, that's for sure, okay? So the stormy waters have been left behind. You can see the fog behind this little boat, and you do start to move away and feel better than you have been feeling with regard to this personal situation. It may be you mentally detach, actually. For some of you, there may be just this detachment where you simply cut off mentally or emotionally. And this Emperor, I feel, is possibly urging you to start taking control back, okay? Especially for those of you who have been feeling powerless. And step into this wonderful power that you have inside of you, this wonderful feminine power. Okay, so that is for those of you drawn to deck 1. Let's have a look at the reading for those of you drawn to deck 2. And that is the lovely Winter Waits deck, which is the deck I bought for myself at Christmas. I had been waiting for a deck like this for a long time. So I'm really pleased to have been able to purchase it. And let's see now what's going to come up for you this week. For those of you who'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on the button below, the subscribe button below. Let's have a look at your cards for the week ahead. Okay, so the bottom card, the Tower card. Okay, now for those of you who know tarot, don't be alarmed by this, because the Tower card has to come out at some point. You know, it's in the deck, it's in the pack. We can't avoid it completely. So, but when it comes out, it's normally because there's been something brewing and building up over time. So let's have a look at what that is and what that means for you this week. And here we have, so we have the Eight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the Devil. Okay, so my first thoughts are with this Eight of Cups, especially as the underlying energy is the Tower. So for some of you drawn to this deck, I feel there is an ending of some sort, or has been an ending of some sort. And here you appear to be wanting to walk away. It may be that you just fed up with someone or something. Sometimes the Tower can indicate a trauma of some sort. So if that's the case, then this is about going in search of healing and in search of peace and harmony. I feel you just want to get away from something that is almost chaotic. It's turbulence that you're moving away from, especially on an emotional level. And I feel that there is a need to distance yourself for many of you drawn to this deck. You have this Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, you've been hanging in there, haven't you? And the Queen of Pentacles relates to earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. And even when the going gets tough, this lady doesn't leave. You know, she stays. But sometimes you've really got to just let go. And I feel there is a feeling of that for this week. It's about letting go of something or someone that is causing you a lot of stress or heartache or discontentment. And for some of you, it may be that this is building up at the moment. It could be this week. You find things building up. Maybe it's pressure that you're under. It will resonate differently for each and every one of you, but it could be pressure. And it may be that you need to take a deep breath and do something before you get to a point of no return where you simply do something in haste. And here we have the Two of Pentacles. It could be that you have too much on your plate. Are you juggling too many things at once? Work, home, money, paying the bills. You know, is something stressing you out now that you need to get a balance back before you kind of get to this tower, this point of the tower where you can't take any more. Because the Four of Swords is a card of exhaustion. It's a card of mental and emotional tiredness. Sometimes it's a card of physical tiredness. Some of you may have aches and pains and really need to sort of catch up with sleep. Maybe that's what's building up. Perhaps you're not getting enough rest, not getting enough sleep, not getting a good enough diet. Maybe you need to start looking after yourself a bit better before you become unwell. You know, we need sometimes to look at what we're doing to ourselves, don't we? We need to look at whether we're looking after ourselves enough. The Queen of Swords here is someone who is going to be very honest and direct with you this week. It could be for some of you, this is a lady that you're walking away from. It could be a female boss. Maybe she's going to deliver some news that will upset you. Maybe she's going to make you feel as if you've had enough of her or the organisation that she is connected to. She could be a family member, of course. Whoever it is, you are moving away, aren't you? You're moving away. It may be that you've just had enough of her. Perhaps she's a very negative person in your environment and she is causing disruption. She's bringing disruption and you just need to get away because we've got this devil card. She seems to be quite a controlling woman. So whoever this is, it's about breaking free and realising that you don't have to put up with this. She doesn't have the power that she appears to have, and you have more power than you realise, okay? So if you are unhappy with something or someone, then this is the week to step away and think about going in a new direction. Once you do, I feel that things will start to improve for you. It's about clearing your mind, clearing your head really, and taking some well-earned rest this week. And that is for those of you drawn to deck 2. I do hope you have a lovely week, and if you'd like to order a reading for yourself, then you can do so by clicking on the link below. Much love to you all.